In this episode of Stay Creative, we talk about clone brands of Lego. We find out if anyone famous has ever attended Brickfest Live, and we talk about bacon. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of Ask Stay Creative. I'm Chad, and let's get right into the questions.
On YouTube, Brick Adjuster asks, has a famous mainstream celebrity ever attended a Brickfest Live event?
Thank you, Brick Adjuster, for asking the question. Famous celebrities at Philly Brickfest and kind of how Lego and celebrities mash up. Interestingly, Taylor Swift has been following us around. She was performing at a concert at Meadowlands when we were there. When we were in Pasadena, she was performing in LA. I don't think she came into the show, or I would have known about that. But at our first ever Philly Brickfest in 2014, Howard Stern did send his crew to our show. Here is an homage of what we did for Howard Stern after that show. I would say, aside from Howard Stern, and just people in the media, like the local media, local news, I would say that they have not attended, but we were also recently just featured on Fox and Friends. So that's, I guess, all the way mainstream. Here's a little clip of that.
Brickfest is a nationwide Lego fan festival, and we have a blast. We go all over the country. We bring in 10 to 20,000 people from all over these cities, and they come hang out with us and just really play with Lego in a way that they've never done before.
But I would expect that we will see more celebrities attending. I would say oftentimes if they come, they're coming with their families, with their kids. They don't want to be recognized. It's kind of not the place for them. It's all about their kids at that point, and they kind of take a backseat to that, which really what our events are, right? The kids are bringing the parents. It's not necessarily the parents dragging the kids with you. The kids, want to be there. So it's an event for them. I'm sure there have been celebrities that we just don't know about that have attended our events, but that's, I guess, all the information we have right now. And as more come up and you want to know, we'll fill you in.
On YouTube, the Brick Artist asks, do you support fake Lego?
Oh, the Brick Artist. Do we support fake Lego? So this is an interesting question. And maybe, I don't know if this would be a more interesting answer, but the answer is, of course not. We do not support fake Lego. I think the answer gets a little bit tricky when you start talking about custom accessories, custom printing. What I'll say is we do support the customizers, right? We support Brick Warriors, Clone Army Customs. They are making things that Lego has shied away from, or they're making accessories for minifigures that just do not exist at all. Where it starts to get a little dicey is when companies start creating other brick systems or clone brands. So we absolutely do not support clone brands. I think it's our responsibility as a Lego event producer to hold true to that. I mean, when people come in, they want to see Lego. They're there for Lego. They're not there for Mega Bloks or Creo. And I'll even go as far to say they are not there to see clone minifigures of any kind, right? You have companies like Oyo that pride themselves on really just making minifigures, and they can make them on demand. And I get, for all of the licensed sports, so you've got the MLB, the NFL, they have college, right? Lego doesn't do that. Oyo has kind of made a niche for themselves in that market where they're only doing the minifigure, and now they're weaving in some kits where they have like the whole field or a locker room thing like that. Look, I've met with those guys. They're nice guys. They wanted to be included in the Brick Swag. If you want that type of stuff, there's places to get it. You'll never see it in Brick Swag. You'll never see it at one of our events. And I'll go as far to say this. Look, there are convention owners that are a little more lenient on this, and there are companies that sell at some of these conventions that they're allowed to sell like clone and knockoff stuff. We won't have it. We feel like it's our obligation to protect the public, make sure that if they come to a Lego event that they're gonna buy Lego or Lego themed merchandise, not knockoff or clone brand merchandise. We just kind of have that baseline. To take it one step further, look, there at Brick World last year in the event kit was what I would consider a clone minifigure made by one of the customizers. What was it, Clutch Brick Forge? So like you have a company like that was known for making custom parts, and now they want to go as far ahead and make a clone minifigure, and you have a Lego convention owner that's kind of supporting it in a way by putting it in the event kit. And really the attendees are AFOLs, adult fans of Lego. I just kind of don't see where that is. You know, Lego is trying to defend their ownership of the minifigure hard. And not only the minifigure now, but even the mini dolls now that you see in friend sets. And I just think that there's a disconnect. There, you know, as an event organizer, as someone that produces something like Brickswag, I think it's our obligation to kind of you know, stand on the same side of the line that Lego does in regards to who they would deem their competition.
On YouTube, Micah Tolbert asks, do you agree with the recommended ages on most of Lego products?
What's up, Micah? Thanks for chiming in. The recommended ages. So here's the thing. I think a lot of people want to hear me say, no, I don't agree with the recommended ages. But really I'm going to answer it, yeah, I guess a couple of different ways. One is, I think there is some credibility to that. Just talking with someone that has 2 kids in different age groups, I could definitely see how some of the sets are more challenging. I know when we start to get more of the complicated sets, I get brought in more to help, which I love doing. And look, at the same time, there are kids, I mean, just look at EvanTube, where I think he was like 8 years old or 7 years old when he built the Death Star. It kind of runs the gamut. A lot of it is, well, how into Lego is the person that's building? How advanced are they with some of these building techniques? And the other is, like, if you're more casual, which is most people, then the recommended ages are probably a good guideline. And of course, then once you get into the whole adult world, clearly none of those recommended ages are relevant, because we are all older than the recommended ages, right? Even when you have Wally here, which, by the way, there's a design flaw with Wally, right? It does that. So we're gonna leave him like that for the rest of the show.
On YouTube, Max Redman asks, are you ever going to sell those 2x3 buildable figures, or are you ever going to make a how-to video on them?
All right, what's up, Max? The 2x3 buildable figures that you're talking about are our mascot, our Brickbot mascot. Actually, he was named once at our event at the New York Hall of Science. They had a contest to name him. We came up with Stax, S-T-A-X. So when we're in New York, when we're at NICI, our mascot is Stax. Now you know that little piece of information. We refer to him here as Brickbot. We made Brickbot in 5 different colors, and sadly, one of them was taken at an event. Our black one was taken at an event, but we have them in all the 4 or 5 colors that were the original Lego colors. So to answer your question, will we be selling them? We're evaluating that right now. There really does seem to be demand, because we just kind of put them on display in different parts of our show. And the kids, when they see them, their eyes light up because they're so posable and friendly looking, and they get the eyes and the eyebrows. Really great design by #CarterBaldwin. I'd like to find a way to get them out there, because I just think they're a lot of fun. So we'll just keep that going. I mean, maybe you could help us out, like in the comments. I mean, I'm sure Chris is like putting them all over the screen right now so you can see what I'm talking about. If you would put in the comments how much you think you would pay for a Brickbot, that would really help us out and figure out if it's worth pursuing or not. Kind of like a Lego Ideas question. I know when you go in and you, like this one, like when this was put on there and you were asked, well, how much would you pay for something like this? If you were one of the 10,000 people that voted on it, a lot of people probably said 50 or 60 bucks or maybe more. So we need to figure out how many pieces it is, and then if there are some pieces that are hard to get, you know, because we just have to use Bricklink for stuff like that. Stay tuned. We would like to be able to get them in as many hands as possible. So you know that's our goal, but it also needs to be affordable and easy for us to source.
On YouTube, Brickman asks, as an American, are you concerned at all buying from Canadian Bricklink stores?
All right, Brickman, thank you for chiming in. As an American, if you have the parts, it doesn't matter to me where you come from. Usually, I'm ordering at such a high quantity, I'm not too worried about the extra couple of bucks that it's gonna cost me for shipping. Where this really starts to come into play is if you're just looking for a couple of parts and you need to evaluate shipping costs. But luckily, we have a Bricklink expert right behind the camera. His name is Clutch, and he's gonna come here right now, and I'm gonna give him this microphone, and he's gonna chime in and answer better for you. Yes? You got this?
That's a great question. I don't think there's anything wrong with an American buyer ordering from a Canadian Bricklink store. Canada's unique in that it's the only country outside of the US that has a lower shipping rate than the entire rest of the world. There's domestic shipping prices, there's Canadian shipping prices, and there's everything else. The Canadian shipping prices, at least for when I'm shipping out, I guess I can't speak too much from shipping in, but when I'm shipping out, the Canadian prices are much cheaper than shipping to anywhere else in the world, even Mexico, even though it's right there. So I don't think there's any taboos or myths about ordering from a Canadian Bricklink store. I say go for it. On YouTube, Big B Bricks asks, bacon covered or bacon stuffed?
I'm gonna go Big B with bacon covered. I think I like to see my bacon. I think it makes it taste better. Yeah, I need to see the bacon. Because if it's inside something, then you don't know how much you're getting, and you need to know how much is there. Show me the bacon. That's the end of the show. I feel like we need to find a way to do these while we're on the road, because we just need to keep the momentum going. You guys ask questions. You want to hear our rants about them. We get into some dicey things, and I like that. So we'll see you guys next Friday. If you got questions, put them in the comments. Use hashtag AskStayCreative. And you guys all stay creative.